right? And I'll try to peruse through the FIDE Women's Grand Prix in Tbilisi, Georgia. And we'll try to keep an eye on the Akiba Rubinstein, the Polish Chess Festival. So there we are. Remaining games, only two in the FIDE women. Um, how do I pronounce it? Sarah. Okay, let's just put Sarah White and Maria Muzichuk and Anna Muzichuk with Stavrola. Okay. Okay, I apologize for mispronunciations. So let's have a look at this one here. Not too many minutes or seconds left. I would say we should be live now on those four platforms or five. View the channel. Yeah, okay. If it shows live on one, it should be on the others as well. Let me see. The microphone seems to be in order. Okay, that's cool. I think I'm gonna move the webcam someplace else, I guess. So you guys, webcam. Wait a minute. I apologize for the arrangements and stuff. Just trying to fixing stuff here. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here for the time being. If needed, I'm gonna move it back again. And the where is the alert box? No, not the alert. The chat. Jesus, the chat. Okay, let's move the chat here then. Okay, fine. Fine. Should I lock it? I think I should. All right, so we're good. We're good now. Okay. Just less than 2 minutes for Sarah. International Master, Prerna Grandmaster Maria Muzichuk. So let's have a look at this position. And as you guys are familiar, I'm not using the evaluation gauge or the software to facilitate a deeper understanding. I'm trying to use my own mind for this, and I would invite you guys to do similarly. I think that it's the best for everybody. And whose turn is now? Okay, Blackstone's play. Now the material is equal. Pawn had been captured, and now it's White's turn. I guess you could do a check, just pushing the king away, because due to your position, the king has to step back. And when they step back, would you potentially probably take the pawn then with the king? So this guy has to move if you check, right? Rook c2 to c4, king has to go, I don't know. You have only two options. Well, I think we can oh, they could also block, actually. Sarah can actually block with the rook. Interesting. Takes, and then you're going to win the pawn anyway. It's probably going to be a draw if this were to happen. You're not going to move the king backwards because it's just not the right stuff to do. Anyway, that one springs to mind. I mean, looks like she might be able to just play this. Let me see what, I mean, they moved quite fast here. Okay, so she decided bishop takes f3. But there is a check coming, though, by the bishop, right? So bishop to d4 checks the king. King moves away and attacks the rook, that is. And black to move again with 1 minute 40 seconds. So she got to be fast now. Sarah has to be fast. Here. Rook got to go. Unless you come up with well, there's no other check. You have to move the rook. Question is, where do you move the rook? Where do you play the rook? And ideally to being able checking the king at some point. So I don't know where you move the rook. Do you go on a dark square just to making sure? Do you do differently? Where do you move the rook? Perhaps. We can debate on this. Yeah, she moved a1. That's what I thought. I would do myself. Rook to a1. Move the rook on a dark square so it can't get any harassment. The black king can't get checked now, I guess. So, of course, it cannot. Not at the minute. Yeah, probably going to end up in a draw. Let me look at the other one. Anna Muzichuk with the whites and 3 minutes 20 seconds. And Stavrula with... Oh my God, what's that? Well, that's an intriguing pawn island here for black. 2 pawn islands for white. 2, 4, 6, and that's cool and nice. And a bit of a pawn majority on the queen side, one would say. 2 pawns versus 1. And those 4 pawns are facing the 5 pawns here. And one guy here that could be attackable potentially because he's on a light square. Now, how you're going to play this question is, right, I guess she wants to play bishop to b3, and potentially when pushing this guy might be some discovered attack on the backward black pawn in principle. It might be some other ideas as well, but that's one way to look at that. Okay. I bought myself a couple of beverages, like the ones with the caffeine in it. I don't want to advertise these guys unless they sponsor and stuff. Nice stuff. Just keeps you going maybe and increases a bit the alertness. All right, so black's to play here. 3 white pawns on a light square. How does the bishop go to attack? I don't know. King move now. Over to B. I guess as you want to just keep the bishop on C6, just as an idea. Hold it all on things. We'll see about that one. So the points of attack for white would be this guy here, isolated pawn on A6, which currently defended by the black king. Hi there, David. And the backward black pawn on E6. So these are the targets for white. How exactly is Anna going to attack him? We're going to see. Something like bishop b3, as I said a few minutes earlier, seems to be a thing. Bishop to b3. And then if you push the c5, you might be able to have a discovered attack on that pawn. Yeah, that's an interesting ending. We'll see how exactly it finalizes here. And the other remaining game, and then we're going to go to Akiba Rubinstein, the Polish chess festival. Rook to g1. That probably is a kind of draw. Looks... Okay, this black pawn is on a light square. I would assume Maria Muzichuk will try to attack it. In principle, because it's on a light square, so you may want to hit it. Also, the white pawn on h2 is on a dark square, so it's on the color corresponding to the black bishop. But how exactly you're going to get attacking them, we'll see. I guess black intends something like, well, you can't get there because there is a bishop, so you got to stay focused on that sniper on b7. Boy, how many blitz or bullet haven't we played in which we forgot about the snipers, the bishops, you see? So you got to be careful with that guy. Bishop ca, what? Rook g1, bishop c8, king e5. Okay, staying out of the light squares, the king, the black king, that is. And who's that? Oh, they drew. Oh, okay. Well, if they draw, they draw. That's it. King to e5, and they've proposed and accepted a draw. And the last remaining game is this one, guys. Just a couple of minutes, and we can move over to the Polish Chess Festival. Okay. Let me check my page here. That should be... Have I locked the... Yeah, I think I locked it. And everything looks to be in order in these 10 minutes in the start of our stream this afternoon. Okay, so what did happen here? Wait a sec. Bishop d1, king b7, h takes, and pawn takes. Is Anna intended to do a pawn break or something? Bang, boom, bang, boom. This guy's still on a light square. Maybe she wants to... Well, wait a second. She creates a passer here. This is a very delicate ending. And it is more difficult as they progress here because 1 minute 40 seconds and probably less. So you got to be very careful how you're moving this, guys, because this is a potential target for this bishop here. So you got to be very careful how you're pushing the pawns, not to helping black having a outside pass pawn, so to speak. We'll see about that. We'll see how Stavrula chooses to play against Anna. Okay, Stavrula is an IM, Anna is a Grandmaster, and that's a nice clash we're having here. So although the same number of pawns and material, you could say white has 2 pawn islands, all the pawns are nice and connected, whereas black has 3 pawn islands, 1 isolated pawn, 2 double pawns isolated, and one single dark square pawn structure here, and they are connected on dark squares. So it's still debatable, and time is not that generous with Anna at this moment because 30 seconds or even less for Anna here. Let's try clean the glasses, and then we go for the king to d. Do you know what that guy does? The king to d3 actually tries to defend both white pawns, potentially attack this and this. So if white tries to push f4, which is not a good idea because black hits it twice. Probably the king tries to stay and defend the pawns and step in if necessary. Maybe what? Does she want to play king to e3 or something? In order to try and force some f4? I don't know. I don't know. I think they probably should draw now. I don't know. If you white and try play win, how do you win it? Ideally, you may want to attack this back with black pawn, like this, right? King goes on b6 now. I'm not sure. So if you're pushing, you also concede and give black this check and diagonal and light squares. So I'm not sure how beneficial it is for white to push c4 to c5. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's quite instructive here for all of us, my friends, watching the Women's Grand Prix. Clock is ticking for Anna here, and gonna be difficult. She need to make an option. What do you play? Do you go bishop b3 just to nope, she played king e3 as I said, but now black tries to push the pawn, challenge this guy here, and approach the king with the black king dangerously closer to this guy, which is the white pawn on c4. Tough one. For Poland. Okay, the only game won in round number 6 today of the Women's Grand Prix is the one won by the Polish player Alina Kaszlinskaya. I guess, yeah. Okay. So a5, how do you play? With just 35 seconds on the clock and even less now. Do you take? If you take, king's gonna take. Then king's gonna approach on the dark square. Keep an eye on your pawn. Then, of course, you have to defend. Either, no, she pushes the pawn now with tempo. That's a check. I'm not sure It's interesting. I don't know what to say. Okay, a check is a check. Can we play king to b5? And bishop e2 doesn't really work because the king takes, and then black does create an outside pass pawn. I think it's a problem here for white. I'm not sure about this move. Maybe she should have taken. I think at this stage, Anna Muzchik is happy with the draw if black accepts. But let's see how things are going to evolve. It's not that easy. I'm not sure about this move. I'm not sure about c5 check. I guess you could just push the pawn right on b5 because you also attack. So guys, you let me know if you have a different plan or you see something different here that being necessary to be played. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did happen after check? Yeah, exactly. King b5, just that they move so fast. And now pawn takes. Okay, you can grab the guy on the edge. Yes, king takes a5. You can't push the white pawn because the bishop takes it immediately. And now she tries to, okay, now she goes for the backward pawn. Idea being, if you approach the white pawn, which white can't defend, yeah, probably going to be a draw. I don't know. I still, for the sake of the game of chess, I think they should continue playing this. So if you play king b5, bishop's going to take on e6. And that's all the bishop can take. If you don't play king to b5, you probably can defend the pawn. And I think she should, but not in this way. Well, actually you can. Because if the pawn goes upwards, you could just drop bishop to c8 or something. It's a complicated one, and I think it's for the best to not force it and just agree on a draw. It's not worth it, and I think everyone is happy with a draw at this stage. Now, guys, as we have advertised, I'm going to go to Akiba Rubinstein now. So that was the FIDE Women's Grand Prix, just the last minutes. I managed to logging in. So now, wait a sec. Akiba Rubinstein Festival. We got a bunch of very strong grandmasters now playing. Let me just shut off this because I'm doing the coverage myself here. Okay. Okay. What are the games in progress? So Vladimir Fedoseev won today versus Andrei Volokitin. And Vincent Keimer drew with Radoslav. And the remaining games now, it's the two co-national battling each other. Ian Duda and Mateusz. 26 minutes for Ian. A lot of time, so to speak. I mean, more than the other. Sam playing as well, Alexei Sarana. And David Navarra with Hare Krishna. Okay, here we are. White to move. White to move and what to move. White to play and what to move. That's a nice pawn and bishop, so can't be touched. There is one little stuff. It's the pawn on e3, which could be targetable by some bishop. So you sort of have to keep pieces to protect that guy if you don't want to lose it. And also, interestingly, there is another white pawn on b2 here that could potentially be targeted, also by the bishop. So you got to be careful with the putting your pawns on the color which is opposite of your opponent's bishop. Otherwise, becomes in principle attackable. So, caution being advised. What is white going to play? Should you push the pawn now? Yeah, but then if they like sort of attack with the rook, can they do that? They kind of can. Well, because he got 24 minutes, I think he can just stay like 10 minutes here thinking. And he's been thinking even before we open up the page with round number 5 of the Akiba Rubinstein Chess Festival. I don't know. You could push the pawn to fix those guys. Rook has to stay all the time to defend, but what else is here? Battery of blacks. Should you do battery? Perhaps. But also that is nice, having the rook here. He retreated. I think he wants to push the pawn. Interestingly. He doesn't like this backward white pawn, so I guess he wants to... But what? I mean... Or maybe he wants to push d4. That's going to be a pin. That's why the king moved on g2, guys. The king moved to g2, f2 to g2, because he needed to move away from the pin. So now the bishop is free, so to speak. You could play it whatever you want. And there you go, exactly what we said. The backward weakness here. The backward pawn on e3, attacked by the bishop and by the rook. Now you could potentially push the pawn, but you're going to make your bishop a pawn. If you do that. How do you defend this guy twice? Well, there are resources. You could just get the other rook. But if you get the other rook to defensively protect, black might get a third attacker. So the question is, are you actually forced to block your own bishop with playing e3 to e4? Because this is a weakness. Look at this one, guys. This is a weakness. You play rook a to e, all of a sudden, the rook from attacking becomes purely defensive. And black may always do some rook e8, rook f8 to e8, having triple attack. And there you go, the bishop went back now. He couldn't block his bishop with pushing e4. It's just too painful to do that. All of a sudden, your bishop would have suffered tremendously. So back to a bishop on e4, which is currently quite nice and safe for now. It's cool. Black not gonna sack an exchange to get rid of their bishop. Hello, David. How's it going, man? Good? Ooh, h5 by Mateusz. What's the idea? Ah, right. Well, I guess it makes sense. Very likely he wants to play h5 to h4 and to challenge that pawn and stuff. Pretty likely. Pretty likely. They're gonna be probably. h4. Can you not take? If you don't take, black might take, you take. Which I think would be kind of cool because you may be able to get the rooks and attack this guy. Ooh. I'm not sure about h5 to h4. Actually, if that really works for black. What if it's that scary for white? So if h4, I guess you kind of shouldn't take. Because if black takes, that works for you. It will be a tension here, I reckon. It might be that the bishop goes someplace else. I don't know what I mean. Maybe d8. Probably black wants to push also the g7 to g5, perhaps. That's a difficult choice here. Good stuff for Ian Duda. He got 22 minutes. That is good for him. Nice one. Okay, guys, let's have a look at Alexei Sarana and Sam Shankland. Hey, guys, what would you have here? Would you have the side with the bishop and king or the side with the king and knight? Oh, man, that is instructive. Damn, for sure. My understanding is that white wants to push these guys to white squares ASAP. Absolutely as quickly as you can. So push the guys on light squares, try to stay away from the dark squares and keep your pieces on white squares because you're going to be attacked by the bishop if you stay on dark squares. So you got to be careful. This guy is super active, controlling and things. You got to keep an eye. You got to be very watchful for that bishop. Okay, you've got wood one. I mean, Alexei Sarana has isolated free pawn on the E, and black has double pawns outsiders on the H column. It's gonna be a race. I think it's gonna be very entertaining watching them clashing here. Um, Also, I wonder why King is the White King intending to try and attack these guys, but you can't even approach them. So I don't know. Is he going to do something like B3, E4, moving King up to F4? But if you move King to F4, what's the idea? Probably want to go even closer. Probably. Oh man, that's such a difficult ending. Such a difficult ending. Beautiful nonetheless. Well, perhaps you should be exploiting the jumping knight to go with some checks. Maybe you're going to jump over to C4, keep pressure on this way, forcing the bishop to defend the pawn forever, and then push the pawn. So let me do it again. Just the check looks interesting, but that prompts the black king to go towards the center. Then probably you go knight C4, attack here, forcing black to defend. And then you push the pawn? I'm not sure. You push the pawn or not? I'm not sure. Hey guys, thanks for joining whatever the platform you'll be visiting through. Either TikTok or Kick.com or Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. You guys welcome. And thanks for stopping by anyway. Hey guys, I've started a series of videos on YouTube. Let me show you the book that it's at the basis of my videos. Let me show you the books, guys. So and I'll be using for my video series the book written by Grandmaster Evgeny Sveshnikov. You can go to YouTube and see the first video I did. And it's how a specialist in the Sicilian sees the lines that may be less orthodox lines played by white, like b4, like e4, c5, b4, or e4, c5, a3, b4, the delayed wing gambit or the Mengarini. So I'm using that book and I'm taking the references that he indicated over there, and I'll try to make it as intelligible as possible for all of us. And of course, I'll be uploading them on YouTube as I do them. Today I managed to upload the first part, the first chapter, using as reference a game played in between. It was an Alexei something. Oh man, I don't wanna give people the name they don't have. Wait a sec, apologize, I forgot. Oh yeah, Alexei Bezgodov versus Daniil Dubov. So yeah, if you want to watch that YouTube video, again based on Evgeny Sveshnikov recommendations, feel free to, guys. Cheers. So white played, let me just go back a bit, e4. Amongst others, this guy now is on a light square. So the white pawn had advanced to white square. Therefore can't be attacked by the bishop. And the same is going to happen with this pawn, which probably you shouldn't be rushing it just yet. I think you should, instead of playing b3, if the black bishop doesn't attack, yeah, which by the way could be met with this, probably, I don't know, maybe. You don't need to waste the tempo playing b2 to b3 if the bishop doesn't attack. So better looking for improving the position, maybe knight's position, or this kind of things. You know, knight to f4, you know, jump to d5 or maybe attack h5 or something. So yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult match here. Quite difficult. Quite difficult. But that would be our delightment, and we definitely gonna enjoy seeing how these grandmasters choose to play this very difficult ending. And the third game now, board number 4, that is David Navarra with Hare Krishna. Okay, it's the first time I'm seeing the position now, and as you know, guys, I'm not using the softwares during the live commentaries, but every now and then. Bishop c6. If knight moves, the bishop is gone, is goodbye. Now that's a pass pawn on the a file. Let me look at the material. 2 minor pieces and 2 rooks versus 4 minor pieces. Guys, this is so bloody wild. But I don't know how, but it seems like black... What can black... Is black in Zugzwang, man? It's black in Zugzwang here. If you move the knight, you drop the... No, the bishop is defended by the queen currently. This bishop is super active. The rook is super active. Knight is super happy to jumping on d4 or something. Black has the 4 minor pieces, but it doesn't look like he actually uses them. And how do you use them, by the way? What do you play? Do you play knight? You can't play knight because queen's going to capture. And look at the pressure that white is increasingly placing on black pieces. He's trying to opening up the c file. Those rooks are soon to be incredibly dangerous. So yeah, black. We might say black has 4 minor pieces, but they don't work. They don't cooperate. So let's see how gonna happen now. Okay, if bishop takes, then queen takes, right? But no, you don't want to necessarily trade. You want to actually put your minor pieces to be active and attacking, refusing the trade and getting the minor pieces to threaten things, pawns, pieces, taking space. And the knight on b8 is a bit awkward. He needs to be redeployed. Easier said than done. I guess white can think about playing knight e4. Wait a minute. Is there any other tactic I'm not seeing? Or well, definitely there's many things here, but looks like knight would be improved with knight e4. Would be improved. Also, you attacking things and threatening some. Knight to f5, some bishop and things. So knight to d4 would seem to be, unless I'm missing some immediate tactics. Knight d4 seems quite an attacking move. What else is here? So I would assume white wants to do some trades. Yeah, so bishop to b4. If you take, he takes, and he's super happy about this. And then he's going to play knight to d4 anyway. Sooner or later, for sure. And the knight on d4, if the bishops come off the board, the knight on d4 cannot be challenged by any bishop anytime. Anyway, the question is, do you do knight d4 or not? Is there a reason for which not to play knight f3 to d4? Yeah, David, thank you very much for the idea. Yeah, absolutely looks very much of an improvement for white if you do knight to d4. You definitely attack. Attack c6, bishop on square, b5, f5. I think it's quite playable. Yep, I agree. I absolutely agree. Let's go back to Yan Duda because last time when we were... last time when we were, I said about dropping the bishop somewhere on the 7th or 8th rank. And I did say black is going to push g5. That's exactly what is happening right now before our eyes, is the g5 had been pushed. And Yan Duda stud. He got an extra pawn, but the game is not quite over. He got an extra pawn. He got 2 central pawns free. But there's a lot of subtleties taking place here. There's many subtleties. The king can't make it through because there is a rook there. The dark squares are completely dominated by the bishop. And not an easy ending. It is not. Quite difficult. Do they get half an hour when they pass the threshold of 40 move or something? Probably, I think they kind of do. Hey, thank you, Luka Jovanovic and Gosaim. I don't think I'm gonna play now. I'm just watching the Mateusz. Maybe after this thing ends, I could try something. Maybe we could do a tourney together, fellas. Those of you that came on TikTok, I think I've got some messages. Again, the tabs are different on TikTok and the rest of the streams and broadcast. I have to switch in between the tabs for the time being until I come up with a solution or get another subscription or things like that. I mean, it's a bit more convoluted now for me. But that's okay, not a problem that much. So, yeah. So I want to looking at these remaining minutes, and then I'll try to do something. Or if you guys want to do a tournament, you're welcome. You can send me your friend request on chess.com or leadchess.org. That's perfectly fine. And what is white supposed to be playing here? How do you improve things? Do you push b3? I just genuinely wonder, is it the case for you to for white to play b3? Is it the case to play rook c and actually try to go back rank, do some checks, attack something? I don't know. I guess b3 still has to be played just, as a temporary stopper for a5 to a4. So you play b3 because you move away from a dark square. You kind of discourage black to playing a4. And maybe you can play rook c1 and then go for some back rank things. You have to use your rook because Jan Duda doesn't use his rook. His white rook doesn't really do. I mean, you attack a backward pawn, but the rook defends it. And if Mateusz drops bishop here, then the bishop's going to defend. Then again, the rook is very much free to do stuff. So we could say that actually white rook doesn't use its full potential in this very critical ending. You need any possible piece. You need any diagonal, every single diagonal column. You need your pieces being active. So probably rook c1, rook c8 seems to be an idea. But there is another thing here, right? With white, if you were to play something like this, so take, and I think you kind of like cooked. So perhaps you gotta take first, then bishop takes, and then you play some rook c or b3 or rook h. That's a question. So you kind of have to take, I suppose. Wait, oh, he didn't take yet. He didn't take yet. If you don't take, if you play, say, rook h1, no, that's a disaster. You absolutely don't want to do this, right? I mean, black's not going to take your pawn. They're probably going to move the king. I think black wants to move the king anyway. That's difficult. What is white going to play? Rook h1, you're going to take? That has to be addressed. You can't ignore the pawn. Because if you ignore it, black simply wins the pawn and create the passed pawn, and you might be in deep trouble. So, dudes, what's this, man? Hey, what am I? Oh, okay, cool. So, whoa, g5. So you gotta take, right? Takes. And then maybe you play rook h? Maybe. There is another idea. There is also bishop g6. Black takes. Yeah, no, that doesn't work, I'm afraid. I'm afraid it doesn't work because when black captures on h4, the rook indirectly defends h5, so you're not going to take your pawn. So probably you do need to take on g5 though. H takes g, bishop takes g, and then probably rook h1. We'll see about that. Alexei, Soren, and Sam. Hey, this guy, exactly as I said, coming over to c5. What's the deal here? Do you actually push the pawn? If you push the pawn, king's gonna go e6. And then black might play, at some point, they might do this kind of stuff. Yeah, but then you play b3, right? Do you actually take the bishop or not? If you take the bishop, obviously, black gonna have to take back straight away. And then You got to stop this guy. When you go towards that guy, black's going to take this guy, and then black's going to capture this guy and this guy, and you're going to lose. So it's not a good idea to trade the bishop, guys. I don't think it works to trade. If you trade the bishop, you're sort of losing. So b3 more like staying in expectance. Do not take the bishop. You need that knight. So notice, guys, how white put the pawns and the knight on light square so that they stay away from the bishop. And now I guess white needs to figure out how to hold the position, try to attack the h5. How do you get there, by the way? How do you get to attack the h5, h7? Yeah. Can you advance the pawn? Maybe not now. Maybe you need to jump around a bit and try to find some better square for the knight. Try to improve a bit the knight. Knight e1, knight f3. Gotta be careful not to put yourself in a pin, because if you put yourself in a pin, there is bishop here, and then you just lost the game. That was it. So you have to be very careful about maneuvering the knight around here. Bang, boom. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly you're supposed to bang and boom. I don't know. Hi there, Nocturnal Cuba. We got a very difficult ending here, and I just try to figure out, apart from putting your arsenal on light squares so that you stay away from the bishop's diagonal, can white improve the knight's position? I mean, by knight's position means where do we want the white knight to place itself? Do we want to have the knight on f5? Do we want to have a knight on d5? What exactly? The bishop here wants to say, if you play knight, whatever you want to play the knight, you may also getting checked with from the bishop. So you gotta be careful with this stuff. So, as a general idea, your pieces should be on the color opposite your opponent's bishop. So if like in this very instructive ending now, if black has a bishop on dark squares, you need to try put your pawns and stay away from the black squares and keep your guys on white squares, especially the pawns, which are static and can be attacked. So yeah. Bishop to e3. Black has actually two outside passes and the bishop that can very easily stopping the pawn. If the pawn were to make it on the 6th or 7th rank, the bishop is very able to take it in one single strike. Bang. I think so, yes. Yes. Yes, Nocturnal, I think black is doing a bit better. I don't know how much better it's doing, but it's doing a bit better. It seems to be a bit more flexible. Okay, knight c on d3 kind of takes the dark squares from the bishop. Let me highlight them. So those squares are, we could say, covered by the knight, but now the king retreats. Like in a bit of a painful zugzwang here for white. You can't push the pawn, you can't move the knight. It just moved the king back. It's a bit uncomfortable, I guess, being white here. Black gets to move to make another move, and the question is, you move king g5 or what do you play? You need to play very wisely every single tempo here, either to gaining entrance with the king or putting your opponent in zugzwang or forcing them to play something that they don't want to, which is like practically zugzwang. Yeah, we'll see about that. So 2 games remaining from the Akiba Rubinstein Chess Festival. Sam Shankland and Alexei. Yeah, probably we should be looking at that game that you've recommended. There you go, king g5. Exactly the move I felt I would play. That's exactly stuff I thought I would play. King g5. It makes a lot of sense. What that means is just king tries to get himself ahead of the pawn, perhaps, and getting some entry points. Assuming black is comfortable with keeping the bishop on this diagonal, and there is no pawn making it through. So white knight had committed now. White knight has committed. It's very delicate. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's really delicate. White probably want to get like this and attack this guy, forcing bishop back. Takes, and maybe this pawn wants to run. If the black king does the reckless stuff to moving now on h4, I guess h4 is not a good stuff to play now for black. If you play king h4, being black now, I guess white plays knight to d7, right? You have to defend b6. You're going to play bishop c5. Knight takes, pawn takes, and then pawn goes up. I'm not sure how this is going to be. It doesn't look very optimistic for black. So king h4 probably has to be delayed. What do you do though? I don't know. Do you go back? Do you play bishop? No, you can't do this because the almighty fork is coming. So this is the kind of stuff you want to be careful with. If you do this, there is always knight to f7. You simply lose the game. You lose the bishop. So black has to be careful. Stay away from the forks. And on the other hand, how exactly you're going to support the black pawns outside pawns on the h-file? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're going to suggest a draw to each other or something. Going back to Ian Duda. Hey, this guy went to g6, as I said I would probably do. And very weird stuff here. So king to f3, check, denying the white king's entry. I mean, if you go here, probably you're running into this. And all of a sudden, guys, look at the dangerous of this situation. If you go king f4 to attack the rook and something, and if you lose sight of the bishop to d6, notice how the white king can't move. And then you're going to be in absolute deep trouble because there is a super discovered check coming. And I'm not sure what you're doing. So you can't move. You can't move to f4. King f2. b3. King g... sorry, bishop g6, which that just attacks here. Probably they want to go f7 as well. But king's going to play now. Well, you could go to e8, I suppose. Huh. That's a difficult stuff here. Bishop g6. Probably bishop wants to go e8. Well, you may want to go f7, but the black king's going to stop you. I think black's going to move the king. King g7, so that you don't play f7. And when the black king goes g7, then you play bishop e8. I mean, what do you want to do? Or maybe you want to play bishop c4? Maybe. Wait. If king goes here, you can't go f7. You got to go e8. Right. So probably black's going to play this. Which is king g7, right? Is there any other stuff for white to do? I wonder. Hey, yes, Banky, yes. Yeah. Let me go back. Yeah, if king f4, yeah, if g4, king f4, you absolutely cannot move. You just cannot move. And following this, I think it's a disaster. Yes, that is true. Then where does the rook go? Rook goes here, right? And no, rook doesn't go there. Goes along the 5th rank. so that the king is being denied access anywhere. And the king is attacked and they can't move backwards and they can't do nothing. So, yes, that's quite deadly indeed. Yeah, just saw the message from you, and yes, that is correct. That is correct. Yep. Uh-huh. I'm not sure I know that game, Nocturnal Cuba. I have to, if you got a link or something, yeah, we can look at that game together if you know precisely. Yeah, if you can access the game immediately, we definitely can look at that. All right. So, oh man, this guy, Alexei Serrano moving the knight to e3. He was on e3 a few times, and okay. So what did he do here? King f3, king g5, knight to e5. I understand to play exactly what we said, probably. Bishop now. So if you do this, they're going to be replying bishop d8. But he goes c4, attacking b6 though. And of course, you're not losing, so bishop d8. Keeping everything and stuff. You also, of course, you have to be careful about knight to d6 and knight to f7 and forks and stuff. Okay, he goes knight e3. Is this better or something? What's the thing? Does he want to jump here to f5? And then maybe this just to stopping promotion and things? Probably. Also, this is another light square, so the knight is safe-ish as long as the white king does not allow the black king to attack e4. Knight on f5 is safe and nice and cool. You can keep it there. Yeah, I guess you can. And I can notice that these guys already, they went beyond 40 move and they've got 30 minutes each. So now they got the 30 minutes added to their clocks, and yeah, they have a bit more time. Bishop to e7. Um, okay, he's not pushing the pawn. He's not committing anything. I think they're gonna draw. If they don't do something differently, I think they're gonna draw. How do you make progress here with white or black? Is there any? I mean, you can't move the king away. You need to keep the king on f3 because this guy might be just racing all of a sudden. So probably you gotta keep the king to f3, and you have to defend the e4 from the black king. So again, king has to stay on f3 to defend the e4 and to stop maybe h4 if needed. Probably gonna be a draw, I'd say. And the other two guys move number 39, Ian Duda and Mateusz. One more move and they get half an hour on their clock. One more move. What's going on here? Bishop to b4. White to play. So one more move needed. The bishop wants to move, I think makes sense kind of to moving here. So he pushed now, attacking that guy with tempo, also opening up all the stuff here. All the good light squares. What do you play? Do you play bishop d3? That makes sense. Oh, you didn't do that. I just moved him myself inadvertently by mistake. So do you play bishop d3? Or do you do something else like bishop f7? Which way do you go? If you go bishop f7 to attack the pawn, black can't move a5 to a4 to defend it because there is a rook and stuff. But also if you take on b6, bishop might play check on you. You take and then they take your guy. So it's difficult. I guess white's best idea would probably be to just going for promotion. Or maybe he wants to settle first, bishop d3, then pushing the pawns up. Hi there, Mosen. How's it going? So I don't know. Maybe bishop d3 attack the rook and then try push those pawns up, supported by the bishop. Maybe. I mean, if you play bishop d3, you attack with tempo. Bishop d3. Rook being attacked with tempo. Rook has to move, right? Seems dangerous for black because white actually has two pass pawns, two middle pass pawns. Oh, let me go back. Or is it here? Okay. Is this the right idea, I wonder? Bishop d3 for pushing those pawns? I really wonder. Bishop d3. Rook has to move. Then you gain a tempo to pushing e3 to e4. Then maybe you can also move the king a bit closer. Maybe king e2, king e3. And you're still keeping rook over to a1 to discourage any a4. Maybe. All in all, white wants to push the central pawns and go for the queening. Of course, that's what they want to do. In the what? Backhouse qualifier. The top streamer award is $200. Hey, dude, what time is that tomorrow, Mosen? Backhouse. Yeah, I think we kind of like probably can. You got to tell me the time because I might need to do some arrangements. And in principle, Mosen, I'd say, yeah, what the heck, man? Let's just do it. Sure, of course. Backhouse, right? I mean, whatever I take from that guy, I pass it over to you. Whatever you play, you pass it over to me. Something like that. Is that Backhouse? Believe it or not, I've never played it, man. I've never played Bauhaus, neither online nor over the board. Sorry. But I guess everything has a start and a beginning. I could. Yeah, we bloody can. Yeah. We can, I guess. Just tell me the time and I need to go to the local time. I need to figure out. So let's see what the guys played here for the time being. Hey, what is that? Bishop g6, bishop b4, d4. Hey, he didn't move nothing. He didn't do that. Oh, yes, he did. What? Yeah, rook b5, black's last move. Move 40. Aha. Okay. I'd say in principle, yes, Bosun. Yeah, I'm up for it. Yeah. What platform is it? LeeChess.org or chess.com? What platform that is? What? Do we need to have a voice call or things? Really? Oh, I don't know yet. I have to think. I don't know. You know something about the voice call? We're gonna be streaming. Can we just talk like that via the streaming things? I think on Streamlabs I can have a guest and vice versa. So if I'm using Streamlabs, you could be my guest and vice versa. You do your stuff and I could be your guest, and I guess we should be able to be hearing each other. I suppose. So we might be just very well streaming because if I'm doing Backhouse with you, Bozed, we I could just very well stream the whole thing, and I guess you could do similarly at your end. Okay, so thank you, Monkey Seymour via TikTok. Thank you very much for the Bishop D3. That's what I said. No, Celtic, I'm not a GM. I'm just enjoying so much what's going on here. And I'm discussing freely, informally, and very friendly with my viewers. What? Am I mute? Are you serious? What do you think I'm mute? What why do you say I'm mute? David, can you hear me? Hey, here looks okay to me, man. What? What do you mean you don't hear me? Okay, let me check with the others. What? You don't hear me. Dude, check the set. Check your set. So, David, you can hear me, right? Okay, that means it's okay because it looks to me the sound is fine here. Yeah, nothing had been muted or something. Mosen, it might be your stuff, man. It might be your things. Yeah, I guess otherwise David would have told me, right? And maybe a couple of friends would have let me know, perhaps. Anyway, I'm continuing, and hopefully you're gonna check your set and see if there's something maybe there. Rook b5. Oh, he didn't move nothing. So we're gonna go Alexei Serrano then. Let's see what this guy's doing. Oh, this is a difficult one. Whose turn is it? Sam's turn. What do you play? You see, both kings have to be flexible enough to go center of the board and right hand side or the outside pass pawn. Both kings. Black king needs to be careful about the e5, and white king has to be careful with the double pawns on the h. You would say the bishop perhaps would be able to, with one single strike, to sort out the white pawn, right? So you should be focusing on the king supporting those two double pawns, but you're not going to make it past the king. You're not going to make those pawns past the white king. And the pawn here acts also as a sort of shield, so the bishop does not act on this diagonal. And this pawn is being supported by the white knight, which is on a light square. You can't attack this guy. You can't touch the white knight. So, all in all, I think Alexei Serrano found the best place for this pawn for the e pass pawn, e5. You can't touch that pawn. Even if the king were to move closer, you still can't take it because there is the knight. And if you're moving the black king, just saying in principle, if you're moving the black king away and away and away, then the white king the white king may attack those guys, and this guy goes down the board and something, and when you push again and bishop takes, then knight takes here. So it's really complicated. It's not that easy. Just it ain't. Not easy at all. And nothing had been. Yeah, but David hears me. Okay, let me just type in for you. David on YouTube hears me. Is and I think the guys on TikTok and the viewers. Man, what did I type in? Viewers on TikTok. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it's your set, dude. I hope. If David can hear me and the TikTok guys can hear me, Monkey DC Mole, can you hear me? Right? Yeah, sound is fine. Yeah. Sorry, mate. I think probably it's at your end, so I'm not gonna do anything here because I mean I didn't do. I started from the very opening with from the very start with the mic was okay and all. All right. Rook b5. Oh, he didn't move nothing. Oh yeah, we were discussing about the bishop d3 and things. I don't know what else is here. Yeah, I'm gonna go get another drink and things. Wow, h4. H4. This is so complicated. H4. Now black has to defend this guy either with the king or with the bishop. So you can't have everything. You either defend with the bishop so you can move the king. This is a delicate moment here for both of them. So he committed. H4 is a committal move. Let me refresh the page here. So what did he do? H4, king to G2, like sort of luring the black king to moving away from this guy. So if you do something like this, I guess is white planning on to pushing? And if you go forward, they just go. Then bishop takes, a knight takes, and the king stays close to stopping this guys. It's like, you know, it's something like this. Like white wants to make black pushing the king away from this white pawn so he can push it at the right time. Yeah, and we can debate what is the right time to be pushing here. Probably when king goes to G4, then you're going to push E5 to E6, right? Probably. 40 minutes and 27. Yeah, I think I'm going to go get another drink and I'll be returning definitely, guys, to continue our coverage of this chess event. Akiba Rubinstein, live chess event here. Just reminding you guys, around 7, 7:30 this evening, it's, I think, round number 3 of the Grand Chess Tour in St. Louis. Of course, you're going to get the best chess on the planet in classical format with 2 hours per player per game and 30-second increment. That's later on. This one here is the Akiba Rubinstein Chess Festival. Yeah. All right. So, fellas, I'm going to go just get another drink myself, and we're going to be discussing how things are evolving here. Okay. Let's get it then. All right. Okay, cool stuff. Where were we? Did they do anything in the meantime? Right, so yeah. Those guys have a commercial break. Wait a second, I don't have to see commercial breaks. Okay. Oh, they drew. Alexei Soren and Sam Shankland. They drew. What was the last thing they played? King to G4. Yeah, maybe that for the better. So you're not going to force the white king away from the light squares. You're not going to be forcing them away from the corner, I guess. If you move the king too further away from this pawn, you might be risking some advancement. And when the bishop takes, then knight captures here. The knight goes back and attacks the other pawn. So it's getting unnecessarily super complicated and super risky. So probably, just make it a draw and stuff. And bishop g6, d5, rook c. Well, I did say rook c for some time because you want to look for the back rank. So I guess, yeah, and Duda here plans on attacking the king on the back rank and then maybe playing some rook. Keep an eye on this a file, amongst others. So that's a cool one. Guys, you want to do a tournament? Let me know, whoever that is. I mean, I don't know how many of you are here. So guys, if you want to make a tournament via leechess.org, let me know. If not, I'm going to do a couple of puzzles and discussing this one or analyzing some super famous of your games you played and beating some title players and things, right? That's the last remaining game. Well, the San Luis Festival. Hey, as soon as he moved the rook to c1, Black pushed the pawn. As soon as he moved, rook c, bang, he pushed the pawn. Would have been nice to having had the rook here, but it's no longer there. It is no longer there. What do you do? Do you play check and move quickly over to a8? What's the stuff here? Do you play this? Attack the rook, but then rook goes on a dark square? What do you play? Yeah, but then maybe you're gonna play rook c4 and you're gonna grab the guys anyway. What do you actually play here? Hi there, Shubham. Good to see you, my friend. So, that's a funny one. So if you do, let's imagine, if you do bishop e8, you attack rook and the pawn. Rook has to move, right? And when the rook moves, the rook has to move in such a way to still defending a4, so to speak. So they go here. When they go there, you could play rook c4. You attack the bishop. The bishop has to move. I don't know where. We can discuss then that thing. The bishop moves, and then you're going to take on a4 anyway. So that makes me think, guys, that actually bishop e8 is going to happen, perhaps. Bishop e8. Yeah, we definitely, guys. We can do a tourney, guys. If you're on lead chess, we can make a tourney. We can make a friendly tournament, casual one, and that's cool if you guys want to. So how many folks we got? Only two? Only me and Shubham? If we get a couple of more guys, we might be able to make a lead chess tournament. Lead chess casual tournament, guys. So how many folks are here? Bishop e8. So guys, tell me, what do you think white is supposed to play? Back rank check or bishop e8 with the plan we've already imagined here applicable for white? Which one is the way to do it? Which way is actually the correct way to play? So let me know. Thank you very much for the diamonds, Monkey. Appreciate, my friend, very much. You're being very generous this last days. Appreciate you supporting the stream. And yeah, eventually I'm going to buy a new microphone. Maybe a new podcast to having the best sound ever. I don't know what that means. Just decent sound, I guess. Okay. So yeah, that's the last remaining game. And Duda takes his time. He doesn't want to mess it up in the end. He actually wants to win. And by the looks of it, white has the upper hand because all the black pawns are on light squares. So let's put it this way. All the black pawns are on light squares, and they are very, very accessible by the bishop. All the white pawns are on dark squares, but how do you attack them? How do you attack the white pawns? If you want to use the rook, how? Where? How exactly you attack the white pawns? Also, king is quite far away. The black king is far away. He needs a couple of tempi to move in closer. So that's a tough question. So I guess Jan Duda feels a bit more comfortable in this position than Mateusz. He's gone national. Probably he's kind of about to be winning it. Okay, we'll see about that. There's still some 18 minutes and 30 minutes for the other guy. Okay, but that gonna take some that gonna take some time. Shubham, if you're there, do you want to do like a casual like blitz or something? You what's your username, Shubham? I mean, I could do a tourney or something, right? You guys want to do a tourney or something? What's the username on Leeches for you, my friend? I want to try finding you. Any type. Should I make like a tournament? I'll put it like in 10 minutes from now or something so our friends can get some time to jumping in and stuff. So let me see if I can go. So that's a very, very nice ending. We're going to be coming back anyway. Let me see, create a tournament. How do I do the tournament again? Play, create a game, puzzles, learn. How do I make a tournament again on this site? Arena tournaments. Play arena tournaments. Play arena tournaments. Create a tournament. What's that? That's casual chess with friends, viewers. How do I put it? Viewers. Casual chess with viewers. Did I spell it correctly? Okay. Duration. I don't know. 60 minutes. That will do, I guess. Clock initial time. That'd be like 5 minutes. That okay with you, fellas? 5 minutes, 3 sec increment. Is that decent? Variant. The starting, no starting position. Time before tournament starts. So let's just put like 10 minutes from now. Maybe like this, so you guys, custom stuff. I mean, like today, right? Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this, guys. Casual chess with viewers. Gonna be like in 10 minutes from now. Gonna be on Lee Chess. I'm gonna put the link on the screen, fellas. So let me get this tournament link. Casual chess with viewers. That's it. Oh, actually, I should have put tournament or something. Right. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me cancel it. Let me bloody yes, casual. Yeah. Create a new. So let me cancel this one. Apologies. Yes. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Casual then. Casual 20. Casual 20. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, I can change, right? 60 minutes casual. 5, 3. Clock increment. Oh, I could have just adjusted it. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. Okay, I'll know for future reference then. Casual. Wait a sec. Is it rated? Wait a minute. How do I do casual then? Casual turning name. Features section. Features. Where is the feature? Ah, features. Oh, cool. Then casual, that means. Uh-huh. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Casual Tony, that's fine. It's, yeah, okay. Copy the link and things. Let me put it on the control V on the chat things. So guys on Twitch or YouTube, you guys should be able to. Thanks for the advice. And let me put it on YouTube as well. I don't know. What do we do? Probably we do like what do we do? We do live stream so we can hear each other, I guess. Uh It might be, I'll send you a guest invitation or something on the Streamlabs. On the Streamlabs. But WhatsApp gives already the mobile number and something, and I'm not really prepared to giving the mobile number, so I don't know. I don't know about that. I guess it's, yeah, it's connected to the mobile number, and I'm not just prepared for that. So maybe we could do the guest invite via the Streamlabs and things. So we can try that one. On Zoom. Yeah, yeah, Zoom. Oh, wait a second. Skype goes very well. Because one-on-one on Zoom, I think it's limited to 45 minutes, so it's not a great deal, really. It's it's not. So we can go for the Skype, I guess, something like this. I guess Skype or Zoom. Yeah, Zoom was with 45 minutes limit or something. Or Microsoft Teams. I think that also. Oh, Microsoft Teams is cool. It goes unlimited. And I think the Brave browser also has a talk feature or something like that. Brave Talk or Talk Brave or something. Yeah. So one of these can be used for the voice call and things. Yeah, we could go for Skype or, yeah, Google Meet 1-to-1 is free. Oh, okay. That is cool. Okay. Thank you for that one, Shubham. Yeah, we'll keep this in mind. Oh, when does the thing start, man? Oh no, you don't have to bother about the Streamlab. It works the same like the OBS, really. It's just maybe slightly more friendlier because those guys make a profit with Streamlabs, whereas OBS it's an open free source and things. So Streamlabs goes pretty much similarly as the OBS. Exactly the same with the scenes and the layout is almost similar and things. So yeah. So guys, 7 minutes left. If you guys want to play in this casual tourney, 5-3 casual, there is a feature there. So when you open up the Streamlabs and thing, there is a feature, and you put the guest invite, and I'm gonna send you a code, man. I'm gonna send you a share code or something, and you can accept it via whatever device you've got, tablet, phone, or PC, desktop, or things. Yeah, so you could have an invite. You could have a guest on Streamlabs. Hell, I can even try and send one over to you right now or something. There is something with the settings and with the guests of things. Editor, I'm not sure, but definitely, because I've seen that before, I've seen that thing. It's got to be somewhere here. Multi-stream tip setting widgets, cloudbot, this and that, this and that. It's got to be a guest and with the sharing a code or something, and I'll send it over to you, and you just click on that thing, and you're gonna be on a screen. Yeah, we might be able to try something maybe. App Store, this and that, Streamlab music, no music, no. Dashboard, home. Oh, where is the guest thing? Settings. Oh man, what am I doing? No, I shouldn't be doing this during the. Did I close it? I mean, I don't know. I hope I didn't close it. Oh, I haven't closed it. Oh, okay. So, okay, I need to put it on YouTube, on Google or something, and find out how do I get the link with the guest. And it can be sent over to anyone, really. And I'm going to crop the webcam of yourself or something. Or just simply, yeah, we're going to do it on Zoom, man. We're going to do it on Zoom. Okay, I'm going to send you an invitation or something. We can definitely use Zoom. Even if it's 45 minutes or something. Yeah, we can then, redo this again and again and things. Control V. Okay, so but Shubham, it's just you and me, mate. We've got 4 more minutes. It's just you and me. So if there's nobody else for the lead chess tourney, we're just gonna play one or two friendlies casual in between ourselves because I can't see anyone offering to play. You see, there's no one here. Just you and me. So okay, let's give it 3 more minutes and we'll see who's coming, who's not coming, and things. And if in 4 minutes there is nobody, we can do maybe 1, 2 games and we'll take it from there. Let me see in the meantime what the guys play at the Akiba Rubinstein thing. Duda and Mateusz. Okay. Ooh, that's a really advanced pawn here. This is a very delicate, very difficult ending. So, guys, on my friends on TikTok or whatever the platform might be, guys, if you want to join this tourney, let me know, folks. And I mean, just click on the link, which is on the chat. And let's see if we can play in this tourney. So we've got me and our friend Shubham now. Just for now, 3 minutes left. If you guys want to play, let's do it now. Thank you, Tamir, for following my friend. Appreciate very much. So, guys, if you want to play, please do press that link and let's do this. And we got this. Okay. Discord, okay, but you gotta advise me how to use it because I'm not very good at Discord thing. Looks a little bit unfriendly to me. The Discord thingy. It's not very harmonious. Looks weird compared with other platform, but you know, yeah, we can use the Discord. Yeah, sure. I guess it's easy, right? We gotta be friends on Discord. What's the? I don't even know what's my username on Discord. You see? So Shubham, it's just two of us, mate. So we can play like 10 minutes rapid, friendly, casual. Because otherwise, if it's like 3 minutes, you're gonna get me flagged. You know, that's what normally happens. I get flagged. So let's try play. Let's try do a rapid or something casual. That is because 12 seconds. I mean, it's just you and me playing here. Like what, 50 games. Uh, it's yeah. Okay. There's no point. Okay. Uh, so what's your username again? Okay, send me a casual if you're faster than me to type it in things. Oh, send me a challenge or something. I mean, it was SOS hyphen and something. What was your SOS. Ah, there you are. There you are. So now what do I do? I got to challenge you, right? How do I challenge you? Or you can't challenge me. Why is that? Challenge to a game. Okay, I'm gonna challenge you. Let's do it. Okay, standard things and that. Okay, let's leave it like maybe what, 10 minutes and 3 sec increment. Casual, either color. Cool. So now you got it. So you should be receiving it. I've challenged you. Okay, cool stuff. Let's go with this. Oh, I have to confirm the move every single time. Oh, okay. Oh, what did I do? Wait, let me move the confirm the move. Okay, let's play like this. You guys see the game or anything? Yeah, everyone sees it. Okay, cool. So let's go with this one and confirm. I always have to remind myself to pressing the confirm button. Yeah. So battle for the center now. So that's pretty much theoretical, and everybody knows that very well. So I don't think that's an issue of any kind. Up to this point, nice and cool. So let's go with E. And now let's play this one because I like the pin very much. Okay. Bishop d3, I chose to castle. I think that makes sense, right? And I should create a pass pawn here. I know I'm gonna go for this. I don't have any other ideas really. I just go centrally because I go centrally. So he takes, he opens up the bishop, so now I take here, right? He defends the c3. I'm gonna go back with this guy. Knight f6 goes back. Thanks for visiting my friends on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, whatever that might be. Hey, that's a pin. That is a pin. Okay. That is a pin. Hmm. Well, if I'm pin, at least I could try this, I guess. I guess. Maybe. Maybe. Rook f8. What's this message? Message via TikTok. Okay, we can't deal with that one now. We'll deal with this later. Knight comes a bit closer here. We need to send that guy away. Ah, I think he wants to play knight here. And also defending against that move. I was planning actually to pushing this guy up the board, but I can't do this anymore. I understand now. And that makes sense. I guess I still want to play this, right? I challenge the bishop now. Let's see. Okay, we're challenging. Let's see how it goes. Eight minutes 38 for me. 8 minutes 40 seconds something for my opponent. or even less than that. And I have no idea what Ian Duda and Mateusz Bartel did in their game, but we can revisit that one later. So Shubham, you're streaming yourself, right? What you normally do coverage, or do you do puzzles, or what do you play with your viewers? What kind of interaction you performing with your audience? I think I saw the symbol of streaming on your page when I created the challenge, and that's why I'm asking if you prefer doing puzzles or you play your viewers, or how do you do when you go live streaming on Lichess or any other platform, really? Oh, you play with your friends normally. I mean, I guess the stream is public, right? So you can play like any viewers or something. Uh, or it's a private stream, or how does that work? Yeah. So I hope the h6 was an active move that I done. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Yeah. Oh, we also have the increment. I forgotten. We've got 3 sec increment, both me and my opponent here. SOS Shubham, we got 3 sec as well increment. So, you know, if you get yourself a pawn to the other side of the board, you got more than enough seconds, so to speak, to play a bit faster and finalize with your promoted queen, with your promoted pawn into a queen and things. Right. So, you know something? I don't know if you're there, Mozart. If you're there, I'm gonna check the Streamlabs. Maybe after this game, I'm gonna look a little bit on the interface, and I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a. Oh, you said Discord, right? You said Discord. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, guys, have a look at the last video I've uploaded on YouTube. There's some cool, nice information. Um, I'm going through the book written by Grandmaster Evgeny Sveshnikov, and he dedicated, I mean, he's an authority in the Sicilians played, and he dedicates a few chapters to responding to various lines that white does against black with either a3 and b4, that is e4, c5, a3 with the Megarini, or wing gambit with b4 or Grand Prix attack and stuff. So my opponent took on f6. I guess that's a forcing move. I don't have a choice. Let me confirm the move because I might just get and now knight attacks me. So I have to move queen again. Yet again, I have to move the queen. I have to. And now question is, the heck am I going with the queen? So I got to think about this one for a sec. Where do I go with the bloody queen? There is ideas. Got a few ideas. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, you know, bloody, you name it. You name it. Yeah, I gotta keep an eye on the d6 square as well, you know. I mean, yeah. Well, tough one, isn't it? Which way to go? So I need to keep an eye on the d6. Because probably he's going to play some knight d6 and stuff. So I don't know yet. By the way, the question is rhetorical, guys. You don't need to do anything, in terms of discussing and things or suggesting. Yeah, bang, boom. Yeah, he takes my guys. I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go back. It pains me to just go back what the queen was. I would have liked to improve a little bit, but on knight on e4, it's quite annoying. So, I mean, I was a little bit attractive to have tried perhaps some queen to h4, but as long as the knight is there, knight can jump onto d6. What they could have if I had played queen h4, and that's a kind of like fork attacking rook and bishop. So, you know, uh, that's what it is then. All right, so now he plays queen himself. Okay. What does that mean? Well, it means very many things. So I expect I gotta do something. Right? I need to do something. Ah, he wants to get the rook on D. He wants to get the rooks on the D. Of course he wants to. Why wouldn't he? Of course he wants to get the rooks on the D. Um... Oh, sugar, that's a move. That comes at a cost. That's a move that comes at a cost. You can't have them all, I guess, right? You can't have them all. So what did I do was attacking that knight. Try to push the knight somewhere. And then I'll take it from there. I'll just try to gain a few tempi and do some kind of pressure, attacking stuff and things. And it's a risky business, you see, because line squares getting open and things. It's, I mean, it's, yeah. Now he moves the rook. What? What is it doing, man? Bang, bang. But I think I have time to move the queen. So I take. No, he plays the other way. Ah, nah, he goes the other way. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. He goes the other way. He goes the other way, doesn't he? Of course he does. Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, he goes bishop c4, actually. So knowing this, gotta come up with something else. I gotta come up with something else here, don't I? No, let's just play this. Let's just play this. I hope it's okay. Bishop e6. I'm not sure. He plays bishop c4 regardless, right? I understand. Makes sense. Now I have to move the queen. There is one little spot I may try with a queen, and I should. That's this one. Oops. I don't want to do a mouse slip or something. So let's go queen e7 for the time being. Right. That's the best I can come up with. 426336. Okay. It's a difficult one here. So he takes. That forces me to take back, right? I sort of have to take back. I don't have a choice. Now he attacks my guy. And it's a bit more than that. There's also the b7 I have to pay attention to. So not just he attacks the rook and he attacks b7. And not just that, he attacks the f5. So there's like a billion things under attack. Very many things under attack. Let me just highlight 1, 2, and 3. You see? There's too many things under attack. I can't defend them, all of them, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't find anything better than this. Yeah, and time is going a little bit downwards now, and that's what is. I can't defend all the weaknesses. He got a good grip on it, and that was to be expected indeed. I push this guy. I could, in principle. Oh, I'm running low on time. What are you doing? So we started with 10 minutes, and now I'm going 2 minutes 14. And I'm still looking for potential candidate moves and things, ways to attack and stuff. He attacks me with tempo again. Yet again, attacking with tempo. I don't have time for this. I just don't have time for this. 1 minute 40, I don't have time for this. There is many ideas. I could have taken on a2, I could have went to c4, but that's just way too time consuming. It's just way too time consuming, everything. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking to take on a2. I was thinking to play queen to c4 to attack knight and c3. But there is some consequences to this, and just too time consuming, really. Yeah, he goes for the weaknesses. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Perhaps. Perhaps. I mean, what else? Really? What else, really? Right. He goes for the trade and things. Do I have to react to this? I don't know. I don't know. 1 minute, 12 seconds? This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. 1 minute, 12 seconds. Yeah, I think Shubham, we should have set up like for like half an hour each, you see. I think we should play something proper rapid time control. I like to think about stuff I'm doing. And soon to go below a minute, both of us. Oh, come on. You know? Uh, crap. Try this. Yeah. Well, that's a check, and I sort of have to take, I guess. And now he checks me again, and I got to move king to h7, I guess. And now he checks me, and I can't move away. I have to move the king. Can he grab? Yeah, of course, he wins pieces. Yeah, he wins pieces. He's gonna play. He gonna play. So if I do this, he gonna do knight and gonna take my knight. I can't go anywhere. If I go here, that's him. That's illegal. If I go here, he's gonna play discover check. He's gonna play discover check. So yeah, and also I'm losing on time, and I'm also losing on time. So this one, I think it's fairly compromised because of the last ridiculous stuff I played. So that's just nothing I could possibly do here. He goes after my guys, and that makes sense. Yeah, maybe I should have thought a bit more about taking that, going with the uh, knight to e5 like 3 moves ago or something. But hey, 30 seconds. Come on. Oh, come on. 30 seconds, eh? So what am I supposed to... Yeah. 20 seconds? I'm not good at this in time pressure. And the pawn being attacked, just slightly attacked, right? Pawn being slightly attacked. King getting closer makes a lot of sense. It does make sense. He get the king closer. That pawn is compromised. Shall we go with... Not too many things to do here. That guy's gonna fall. And I'm losing on time anyway. Even if the position was kind of better, I would have lost on time regardless. And I can't really do a great deal of things. Okay. Oh, got flagged. Thank for the game, Shubham. That was a nice one. Hopefully, at some point, we're gonna do some longer time control things. Let me see what the blunder was. Going now briefly through the game. Obviously, that was a little bit lost here. Let's do a quick computer analysis so I can get a better picture with the Almighty advising every single step that we could have played better. Sicilian defense, Alaska Pelican variation. Okay, let's see how many blunders. Let's see how many blunders. We played the 10 minutes game with an increment of 3 seconds. My accuracy already is not that great. I got like 80% accuracy. But let's see the stockfish how he finalizes the analysis here. Stockfish 16 server analysis. So let's see this one. Well, a blunder had been played anyway by both players. Okay, let's get in closer. So that's about it. 8-7 accuracy for myself. Let me see. Actually, is that visible? Yeah, you guys can see it. Oh, you don't see. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me actually. I am going to go to chessboard and I'm going because I want you guys to see all the stuff. Uh, wait a minute. Let me drag this corner. Apologies, guys. I'm just fixing it now. Okay. So you guys can like see it. Okay, something like this. Yeah, that's what I wanted you guys to see. Okay. So in this rapid that I played, I got 87 accuracy with 2 blunders. My opponent 93 accuracy, just one single mistake they did. 87 and 93. That's the best. That was the best I could have done. Now, my 2 blunders were the first one. This one that I said comes at a cost. That means all the light squares are vulnerable here. And of course, if you add into this the rook to d1 and things, that definitely gets problematic here. So that was one thing, f5, which I sort of wanted to get that knight away. But probably if rather than f, I would have just developed, I guess things would have been just, as you could see, a minus 0.4. That's okay. But that one offered my opponent big chance, and he took it straight away with rook ad. I did play bishop e6, but that was a bit too late. Even if it's the second line of the engine, that's just a bit too late because that one can be played anyway. So what did I play? Queen to e7 here. He took, I took. So fairly okay, but how do you react to this? What did I play in the game? I played rook f8. He took. What did I play? So here I started to mess it up. Rook a c8, of course, going for the c file, right? What did I play? I pushed the pawn, which the engine doesn't say it's a big catastrophe or anything, but the guy still attacks. That makes sense. And here I was supposed to, yeah, queen a2. Remember, guys, what I was saying that I should have gone for queen a2 and grabbing the things. But I was a little bit concerned about my opponent getting some rooks on the 7th rank, so takes and takes. Still playable, but white already goes for some stuff, so he double up. It's still playable at this stage. What did I play here? I bloody played the first line myself, rook c8. I'm going for a knight. I made the blunder just in one move from now. So he plays the knight, and now I play the blunder. I've got 1 minute and something. I was supposed to do something, other stuff, pretty much everything, so to speak. Pretty much everything, starting with the a5, a5, rook e8, g5. I mean, okay, e3, not that great, right? Although interesting. Interesting. I played the knight e5, a sort of backward move. I simply wanted to making white to capture my rook so I can take and attack the knight with tempo. That's what I wanted to. That was at least my intention, but he actually found the better move here. He found the better move and the correct punishment for this, the back rank, and that things went downwards. Other than that, I think it was quite okay. And now I do have an issue. There is nothing good to play here. King g8 doesn't work because knight g6 and knight is falling and things. So that doesn't work. Nothing really works. So this is gone at this stage with knight e5. And by the looks and by recommendation from software, I should have went pretty much anything. Pretty much. a5. Yeah, just move rook somewhere, I guess. Or just, I mean, if I wanted to attack, I should have just attacked in this way. That would also be playable. And my opponent did one single blunder. So my accuracy due to two blunders is just 87 accuracy because I've done those two blunders. And I like to think that if I had more than 1 minute, I would have found something, perhaps better. And my opponent played one single blunder, which was this one, bishop to c4. And I guess it's not maybe very obvious why this is a blunder, because it looks like you attacked the queen actually with tempo here and things. But, well, for that fraction of a time, second, I did find the correct continuation, but I wasn't keeping up with the position, and I blunder in the last minute or so. So yeah, this one made a blunder from my opponent, Shubham. Thank you for the game. And I should have played, which I did play Queen e7 actually, but I made a blunder where everything was quite playable. Yeah, here. Yeah, this is it. 0.0, but hey, my move knight e5 looks like threatening and stuff, but actually I got a problem with the back rank due to battery, due to knight and things. So yeah, rook e8, way better, or pretty much anything else. So guys, we're gonna call it a day for the time being. Thanks for the game. Thanks for visiting, my friends. Don't forget to visit my latest YouTube video, guys. And let's see what Sveshnikov has in store for us in the Anti-Sicilians. And I plan on coming back, guys, tomorrow perhaps. And we're going to do some Akiba Rubinstein, maybe some Women Grand Prix, or maybe in the evening, 7 p.m.-ish. We're going to be covering the St. Louis Grand Chess Tour. Thank you, guys, and see you next time.